The book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 28. And it came to pass the same year, in the beginning of the reign of Zedekiah king of Judah, in the 4th year and in the 5th month, that Hananiah the son of Azar the prophet, which was of Gibeon, spake unto me in the house of the Lord, in the presence of the priests and of all the people, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, saying, I have broken the yoke of the king of Babylon. Within 2 full years will I bring again into this place all the vessels of the Lord's house that Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon took away from this place and carried them to Babylon. Okay, which is really confusing because the chapter before says the king of Nebuchadnezzar did not touch anything there. Okay, now we're hearing differently. And I will bring again to this place Jeconiah the son of Jehoiakim king of Judah, with all the captives of Judah that went into Babylon, saith the Lord, for I will break the yoke of the king of Babylon. And the prophet Jeremiah said unto the prophet Hananiah in the presence of the priests, and in the presence of all the people that stood in the house of the Lord. Even the prophet Jeremiah said, Amen. The Lord do so. The Lord perform thy works which thou hast prophesied, to bring again the vessels of the Lord's house, and all that is carried away captive from Babylon into this place. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears, and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord hath truly sent him. Then Hananiah the prophet took the yoke from off the prophet Jeremiah's neck and brake it. Okay, so there is a question. Last chapter, was it Jeremiah wearing the yoke, or is he sending him to the kings? So yeah, it's his, make thee bonds and yokes and put them upon thy neck. So he's walking around this whole time with the cattle yokes on his neck. And Hananiah, the prophet, took the yoke from off the prophet Jeremiah's neck and brake it. And Hananiah spake in the presence of all the people, saying, Thus saith the Lord, even so will I break the yoke of Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon from the neck of all nations within the space of 2 full years. And the prophet Jeremiah went his way. And the word of the Lord came unto Jeremiah the prophet. After that, Hananiah the prophet had broken the yoke off the neck of the prophet Jeremiah, saying, Go and tell Hananiah, saying, Thus saith the Lord, Thou hast broken the yokes of wood, but thou shalt make for them yokes of iron. Oh. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, I have put a yoke of iron upon the neck of all these nations, that they may serve Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and they shall serve him. And I have given him the beasts of the field also. Then said the prophet Jeremiah unto Hananiah the prophet, Hear now, Hananiah, the Lord hath not sent thee, but thou makest this people to trust in a lie. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will cast thee from off the face of the earth this year. Thou shalt die, because thou hast taught rebellion against the Lord. So Hananiah the prophet died the same year, in the 7th month. So it looks like Hananiah was going around prophesying peace. He saw Jeremiah. He broke the yoke off his neck. He told him to go about your business. He left. But the Lord started speaking to him again. and tell him to go back. And tell him that, well, you broke the yokes of wood, but now iron's going to be made for everybody. That is really deep because, oh my gosh, it's like he's walking around with this yoke on him, this wooden yoke. And everybody's like, what are you doing? And he's just like, telling everybody to stop sinning. And what is the irony of this? Of the false prophet, Hananiah, who I don't even remember. But this person comes along and it's like, you know what? No, he's preaching peace like the rest of these prophets that God did not send, these dreamers. And he's like, guess what? It's all peace. It's all good. That's what God just told me. And he cuts the yoke. And look at that. That's like the only thing holding this whole thing together after God told him to do. Like, why is he telling him to put a yoke on him? He's carrying the burden alone. And now this guy just comes around. And he's like, okay, I'm just going to cut off the instant he did that. That's when the iron, the spiritual of all the iron yokes came down. He took his job from him. He's going to die. It's like it's happening faster and faster now because of that. Him interfering, Hananiah.